good. Hello, hello. I don't know who all's going to be in here today. I'm going to go ahead and post the recipe. Into the chat. Hello. All right. How's everybody doing today? Who all we got in here? Got about 7 people in here. Okay. Remember to like the stream, guys. All right. So we're going to be making a BlackBerry Cobbler today. All right. I know I've been promising this BlackBerry Cobbler for like a month now, but Blackberries are expensive. However, I will say this. We got very, very lucky in the sense that the Blackberries were actually on sale this week. So we lucked out. Give me 1 second. Let me see. I hope this doesn't shut down my stuff, but give me 1 second. Okay, are we still good? All right, I set it to do not disturb so that if somebody calls, they don't interrupt the stream. I've had that happen before, and it's a pain. So, all right, I went ahead and put the recipe we're going to be using today into the chat. My local farmer has 25-pound boxes of sauce tomatoes on sale, and I don't have time to can this week. Oh man, that sucks. I feel like I don't have any time to do anything anymore. I swear. It's wild, like how little time I feel like I have now. Because I'm like constantly at work, I feel like. Gotta get out my little measuring cups and such. My little bowl so I can melt my butter. Give me a second. My 13-year-old does the dishes, and it works to various degrees. All right. Sometimes you gotta give something a little extra love when you got a 13-year-old doing the dishes. Okay, so what's our first step? So I got my blackberries here. Let's look at our recipe. Let's see what we gotta do. All right, first we gotta set the oven to 350 degrees. We're setting the oven to 350. Next, we're gonna grease this pan. I never buy cooking spray. I should buy cooking spray. I should. This is something I should do. I cook enough with things that need cooking spray, and I grease enough pans, right, that I should just have cooking spray in my house. But I don't. So I always just have to grease the pan by hand. Like, you'd think I'd learn my lesson, but I'm always like, I don't feel like I should spend that extra money, you know? So how's everybody been doing with, like, it's been a while since we've streamed, so, like, with the, you know, everything that's happened since then. How are we feeling? Okay. Sugar and cornstarch need. Okay. So, I'm supposed to get a small bowl. Let's see if I even have one of those clean right now. I don't, so we're gonna use, like I said, clean to varying degrees, our dishes. We're gonna use this My Dad is a Blast cup. Noodles, calm down. Disaster baking, you know? Oh, nice. I've heard of the pudding with a fork thing. I didn't know what all it was. But I'm glad young people are getting together and eating pudding with a fork. Like, that's really nice. Okay. So. This sugar and cornstarch. How much sugar do I need? Probably a lot. A half a cup. I'm not going to be able to do it in that cup. Cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Okay. So we're just going to do it in this bowl. We're going to have to do it in this bowl. Half a cup of sugar. Do I have a half a cup here? Yes. Cool. Yay. Noodles, calm down. I promise you're gonna make it through this, okay? I'm just in the kitchen. You're gonna survive. Alright, half a cup. You know what? I might just be able to use this bowl. There's my half a cup. Bye, wife. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay, Noodles got her name. Somebody's asking how Noodles got her name. Noodles got her name because we were having a an event that was called Pastacost. It was our Pentecost event, and everybody like brought a different kind of pasta for us to eat for Pastacost. And Noodles showed up just out of nowhere, and there was another family that wasn't celebrating, you know, Pastacost with us, but we happened to be like sharing. We were at a park, so it was like there was another family at like some of the picnic tables next to us. And even though we had like rented out the space, we were like, wait, there's an extra picnic table. We're not going to stop people, like other people, from like gathering here, you know. So there was this other family, and Noodles, like, they had like a big bucket of fried chicken, and Noodles like jumped up and tried to steal their fried chicken, and so like we like had to like grab her because she was like pestering this other family, and then we ended up taking her home. And because it was like a Noodles event, we named her Noodles. All right, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Where are my tablespoons? I never know where anything is in my own house anymore. That's a teaspoon. Where are my tablespoons? Oh, well, there's that. What's this? I don't even know. I assume this had some sort of lettering on it at some point. Again, like I said, 13-year-old does the dishes, so I never know where anything is at any given moment either. Because they just be put in shit places. Oh, there it is. Okay. Cool. Nice. Parenting's so much fun. Alright. So 2 tablespoons, not of that, cornstarch. I don't even really know what cornstarch does, but it's in recipes that I use, so I'm like, okay, well, does it keep things from sticking? Is that like its purpose? It's supposed to be like an anti-sticking agent. Does your wife also reorganize the kitchen or house when you're out and about? Sometimes, but generally I know where my wife puts things. Like, I know, like, if Heather is the one organizing the house, it's like one of 3 places, right? If Sai is putting the dishes away, I have no idea where anything is. Because they just be, they're like listening to their headphones. You know, they're 13. You know what I mean? Like, no one at 13 is very good at, like, household chores, I feel like. So, like, I give them grace, you know, because they're still figuring it out, still learning, but they're like distracted because they're always listening to their music. And I always said, like, I was like, I am never going to be the type of father that hates my kids' music, because my parents did that to me. And I listen to their music and I'm like, I have no idea what the hell this is. Like, I have no idea. It's always from some, like, video game or something. Alright. So, the cornstarch doesn't go on the dough. It goes on the blackberries. So, and then I think I just sprinkle this over. Let me make sure. Alright. Place blackberries into a mixing bowl and then drizzle with melted butter. Okay, so I need to melt the butter. I gotta melt butter on 2 different occasions in this whole thing. Alright. So we're gonna melt some butter. Because I gotta do 2 different half sticks of butter melted. I'm debating on whether I want to put the berries in the big bowl or not. I'm like, I think I do. I think I want to put the berries in the big bowl. Because I feel like they'll be easier to toss from here, you know what I mean? Like, sort of like, so I'm going to rinse this out real quick. Give me a second. I mean, it's just got berry stuff in it, and like the berry stuff's going in there anyway, but... Alright, so, butter. Gotta melt this butter. Putting it in the microwave. Yeah, so I think what the cornstarch does for this particular recipe is that it's gonna create like the kind of like blackberry sauce stuff that goes around it. You know, like when the blackberries cook down, it creates like that sauce. The best way I can describe it is a sauce, you know. I'm sure there's another, it's like, it becomes like pie filling, you know. So, I'm thinking that's its purpose. Alright. butter. All right, so we're going to pour the butter over the blackberries. And then we're going to mix that over it. And this is, I think, just to kind of like make the sugar and cornstarch stick to the blackberries, right? Because then we put this in. And we're gonna like whip it up like this and get it all covered up. All right, so here's our blackberries. Here's what they look like, right? Yeah, I'll be real, like the last couple of weeks have been kind of rough, you know, in terms of my mental health. I feel like everybody's kind of going through a similar thing that I know right now. Okay. So now we're going to put these blackberries into this baking dish here. All right. We're just going to spread those out like that. Okay. And we have our baking dish. I like my job a lot, actually. Somebody just asked if I like my job. Yeah, I do. It's actually, it gives me a lot of time to like, number one, it's physical, which I do like. I like having a more physical outlet for like my feelings. It feels good to be like engaging in exercise every day, you know? So I do enjoy that, like I get to exercise every day. I get to like spend a lot of time. I listen to audiobooks. So I've finished like 3 books since I've been working at this new job. Oh, thank you, Eleanor. Wishing I could have some Cobbler. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $50 dono. That means I can cash out this month. I appreciate that. Well, Eleanor, I'm going to go ahead and post it again, just for the other people in the chat who just came in. If you want to make this cobbler yourself, this is the recipe. It's from the All Recipes Blackberry Cobbler. If you just type it into Google, I'm sure you could find it. Because I'm just using the first one that came up. I thought about using the Pioneer Woman one, but it almost seemed too simple. It seemed too simple. It was suspicious. It was suspiciously simple, and I didn't trust it. Okay. So, how much flour do I need? 2.5, yes, 2.5 cups. Okay. Noodles. I think you're gonna live through this, baby. Wow. Gonna wipe this out. I don't want to get it wet because I'm afraid if I get it wet then all the flour is going to stick and it's going to be a whole mess, you know? Alright, so this is 1 cup. So I need 2.5 cups, is that what I said? 2.5 cups of flour. Yes. 2.5 cups of flour. bag. I'm having to reach down in there, guys. Alright. Noodles. You're gonna survive this time in your life, this moment. You're gonna live. I promise. Okay. Ooh, yes, apple crisp. I'm glad you. I did the apple crisp stream, so if you need a recipe for that, we got that. Okay, so the flour. I hate the way this recipe's set up. It's a pain. Sugar, baking powder, and salt. Sugar. 1.5 cups of sugar. Actually, I think this is 1.5 cups. I'm just gonna use this. God, this is so much fucking sugar. No! There we go. One and a half cups of sugar. A tablespoon of baking powder. And a teaspoon of salt. Oh, noodles. Do you hear her? Can you hear her over the, like, because she's like right there where my thing is set up. She's like right, because like the gate, the cat jail gate, right? Because we got to keep our cats separated from one another. So we have like a gate, like a baby gate that divides the house. And the baby gate is literally right behind the camera. So I'd be shocked if you can't hear her right now. She always gets like this whenever I'm in here cooking. She gets so jealous. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. So I think we're going to mix all this together, right? Before we continue. Whisk flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt together. Okay. And then I stir in the milk, melted butter, and vanilla. God, I hope this fucking thing is big enough. Where the fuck's my whisk? I never know where anything in my house is. We're gonna use this spoon. This is not the proper, like, thing, but we're doing our best here, okay? Like I said, disaster baking. When you come here, you should just be, like, aware at this point that you're not gonna get, like, normal, like, this isn't gonna be, like, what's her name, like, Ina Garden or whatever. Like, you're getting this, whatever this is. Alright. We have so many squash, it's unbelievable. We still have squash back here. People are asking about the garden. The garden went really well this year. We got so much shit out of it. Like, more than we could ever use. We're trying to get rid of it all. Alright. Alright, so I do need to melt this butter. Please let us have milk. Please tell me my children can drink all their milk in 24 hours. Okay. Damn, they came close though. I should have gotten the thing of milk while I was out. I have to get at least 2 things of milk during every grocery trip or we're gonna run out. Like, that's just the long and short of it. My kids drink so much milk. They're gonna have very healthy bones, you know? My kids are gonna have the best bones in the world because they drink so much milk. The children do crave dairy. Like, an unbelievable amount of it. Like, there were two gallons in there, I'm pretty sure yesterday. And I don't know what happened. Because we didn't even cook anything yesterday. We ate leftovers. I love my kids though, man. They're so cool. Like, I have such cool kids. Everything they do, like, I feel like, you know, I've met some real butthead kids, you know. My kids aren't buttheads any more than like normal children. And I'm so glad about that. Because I can't imagine being one of these parents that have like butthead kids. But like also, I think most of the parents who have butthead kids are like MAGA parents. Like, so many of the kids that we've had problems with at my kids' school, they have MAGA parents. They're just mean. They're mean people, and they make mean kids. I think we should bring that up more often too, because I think it should be like, oh, you know, maybe you should stop being the worst person ever so that your kids don't end up being like the worst people ever. Like, give them a little shame for it. I'm sorry. Okay. Is this 1 cup? Yes. 1 cup of milk. 2 cups of milk. And then we have our butter. And we need a tablespoon of vanilla extract as well. We have new vanilla extract because I've been using so much of it lately for this stream. Tablespoon, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm bad at being a person. I swear. Come here. There we go. Do all y'all yell at inanimate objects too? I yell at inanimate objects constantly, I feel like. I'm like, why aren't you doing what I want you to do? Like, I'm the human in this equation. I have sentience. You should be working. Alright. Oh, this feels like a lot of vanilla extract. I hate the smell of vanilla extract, I'm gonna be real. Because to me it smells like whiskey. And I hate whiskey. I always have. Like, even when I was on the road and everybody around me was drinking whiskey all the time, because that's like the, you know, train kid drink of choice, you know? Like, everybody's always got whiskey. And like, when I was desperate enough, like, I would drink whiskey because I had alcoholism. But like I never liked whiskey. I never enjoyed it. It was never an enjoyable experience for me. Okay, so we're gonna stir this until it's a bit lumpy. Alright, it seems kind of lumpy. So I'm assuming, I'm gonna show it to you guys. Because it does say that it's going to be lumpy. So, like, it's not supposed to be, like, thoroughly mixed, right? So, can you see that it's kind of like chonky? Just a little, ooh, I almost spilled it all over the place. Okay. I refuse to believe anyone enjoys whiskey. I know people who seem to enjoy whiskey. I don't know how. I think it's disgusting. And I think vanilla extract smells exactly like whiskey. And I think it's gross smelling. It reminds me of like being like in a train yard with like 6 people who only know how to play wagon wheel on ukulele and like having a real bad time. Like that's what I think of. Okay. I think I got everything. I think I made this correctly. Okay, so now we're gonna pour this over the blackberries. All right, get out of my way. All right. Woo! Came out real fast. All right. We're just gonna pour this over. Try to cover all the blackberries, but we're not gonna like mix it into the blackberries, you know what I mean? It's just getting poured over the blackberries. Okay. So I would show this to you, but like you can kind of see it, right? We can kind of see what we're working with here, right? Okay. Just so everyone knows, my cat spent the first part of the stream in my lap, then climbed up to sit on the back of my chair and lean against me. And now she's gently purring against my head. I love when cats do cute stuff. I love when they do cute stuff. Like, that's one of my favorite things in the world. Our cat, I'll be real, our cutest cat, I'm sorry, Noodles, for saying this. Our cutest cat is probably Luna. Noodles is a very close second, though. But the reason Luna is so cute is because she's stupid. Like, Noodles is significantly smarter than Luna. Luna's dumb. And so Luna's always getting herself into predicaments. And it's always really cute. Like, every time she gets... I feel like Luna has, like, the energy of a creature that simply could not survive on its own. Like, Noodles, I feel like, is a bit more self-sufficient. Like, she wants attention, right? But she wants attention. She doesn't need attention necessarily. Does that make sense? Like, Noodles, I feel like if she, escaped from the house, she would, like, survive on her own. Like, we found her, like I just said, like, we found her in a park, like a public park. Like, she had lived. Granted, she was stealing chicken from, other park goers, but, like, she was, making it by. Luna was found because she was out in the yard being dive bombed by birds, and Heather saved her. And we've been saving Luna from herself ever since. Like, that's just how things have gone for us. She's truly a creature that can't survive on her own. All right. Now we're going to put this in the oven. And we're probably not, I'm going to be real, guys, we're probably not going to be able to stay on here for the whole time it's cooking, because this takes an hour. 55 minutes to an hour. Computer, set a timer for 55 minutes.
55 minutes, starting now.
Okay. The dumbest cats do tend to be the cutest. This one is not our dumbest or smartest. And the dumbest is cutest often. Yes, it truly. The dumbest cat is often the cutest cat. I'm convinced. We'll stay on here for a little bit. Like I said, we probably cannot stay on here for the entirety of the baking process. So I will be posting a picture of the finished cobbler. I might post a video if I remember. I've wanted to post videos of all of the stuff that we've baked on stream, but it always looks so good that people end up digging into it before I can get like a proper video of it. So, but I do have like, I do have pictures of everything that we have baked on stream. I don't want you to like see over into my like trash area because I'm sure it is not clean enough. It is not clean enough for y'all to see that. I don't want you to see it. It's not terrible, but it's not like what I want on stream, you know? Okay. Oh my gosh. My back. So, how has everybody been? How are we handling the dystopia? How's it going, you know? Okay, so while I'm waiting for y'all to answer, because there's always like a 60-second lag while we're talking about cute and dumb cats. So I'm trying to think, okay, so the other day, Luna, she had jumped up on the shelf. Now, she's not supposed to be on that shelf. We've told her so many times, like, don't get up on the shelf, right? She doesn't listen. She doesn't care. So she jumps up on the shelf, and on the shelf is Heather's record player. So what ended up happening is that Luna stepped on the record, and like it spun, right? And that freaked her out. And she like fell off the shelf, and that freaked her out. And she ended up running directly into like a spray bottle. Like this kind of spray bottle, right? Like just like a normal like household cleaning supply spray bottle. And she was convinced that the spray bottle was a monster. Like she was convinced. Like it was a living thing. It attacked me. And she was terrified to get down onto the floor for the rest of the night. She's still a little bit weird about it. And this happened weeks ago. But like, that just shows you like the kind of cat that Luna is. She's very anxious and not very bright. And so yeah, that's kind of where Luna is. Just so you have like a good idea. Now, I will say this. I think one of the cats, I'm not sure which one did it. So it's getting colder outside, right? Like not during the middle of the day, but definitely at night, it's getting colder. And so we live near the woods. Well, what happens when you live near the woods or near a farm or anything? In the cold months, the field mice want to take shelter, right? Now, we never really have a field mouse problem. It never gets to that point because we have 5 cats. Like, and all of them hunt. So one of the cats left a dead mouse in our bed the other day, and Heather is terrified of mice. And Heather, the cat left the dead mouse directly underneath her pillow. And I did not see it until she laid down on the pillow, which like lifted the edge of the pillow up a little bit. And I tried not to panic her because I knew if I was like, oh my God, there's a dead mouse, she was gonna get up and she was gonna scream and she was gonna cry and freak out. So I was just like, honey, I need you to stand up. And she was like, what? And I'm like, just trust me on this. just stand up. And I just took care of the dead mouse. See, I take care of the dead mice. She has to take care of the wasps. I can't do the wasps. Wasps, yellow jackets, anything like that. I cannot, nope, I won't go near them. Spiders, depending on the size of them. I'm okay with spiders existing in my house, right? Because spiders eat nastier things, right? But I do need the spiders to stay over there, right? Like, I can't have the spider near me. I don't want the spider in my vicinity, but like, I'm okay with us being roommates, you know? We stand husbands being good husbands. I try. I don't think I'm probably a very good husband. I cry a lot. Like, a lot. Often. The spiders are fine as long as they're not in the same room as me. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, right? I can even handle them being in the same room as me as long as they are, like, elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like, if a spider web was above my bed, I would need it moved. If the spider web is, like, across the room in another corner, I can handle that. I can live through that. We can be friends. We can be roommates, right? But, like, I can't have the spider near me, you know? But Heather's fine with spiders. She doesn't care at all. It's mice. That really is the big one for her. She can't handle it. Earwigs and centipedes are on site in my house. Yeah. No, I can handle most bugs, and I try to be kind to bugs. Like, often, quite often, a bug will get on a car that I'm washing when I'm at work, and I do remove the bug and put it in the grass. And they handle that with various degrees of aggression. You know, like, they aren't happy that I'm moving them a lot of the time, but I'm like, I assure you, this is better than how things will turn out for you if you don't fucking move. Like, because I'm about to use a power washer. Like, you are not going to enjoy the experience of what's coming next if you don't let me move you. And the most common bugs I get on the cars are katydids. And the other day I had a little white moth, and I tried so hard to move him, and he just was not having it. And he ended up falling into a puddle, and I tried to move him out of the puddle, but I'm not sure he survived the fall into the puddle. And I felt really bad because he was a really pretty white moth, but like one of those little fuzzy boys. He was one of those little fuzzy boys. And I felt really guilty, but I was like, I did try to help in this situation. Like, I did not just spray you with the power washer. Like, I tried to get you to a safe location, and you did not want that. And you ended up falling into a puddle. Like, I can't help it. But then there was a giant spider outside, and he wasn't on the car, so I didn't deal with that one. But there's a lot of bugs because it's the airport, so like it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? Like, so it's like there's a lot of trees and critters. Something ran across, because the building, the car wash building that I work in, it has like a tin roof, and something ran across that the other day. I don't know what it was, but it was big. It had to have been, the only thing I could think of it being is like a fucking raccoon. Like a fat ass fucking raccoon. maybe a possum. But I feel like possums aren't that skilled as... How... Are possums, like, good climbers? Like, really good climbers? I know they climb things. But, like, this was, like, a scampering... But can they climb, like, a tin garage? Like, that I question. I know they could climb, like, a tree. But could they climb a tin garage? The only thing I could think of climbing a tin garage is a fucking raccoon. I've noticed a pattern that trans non-binary people really start loving and identifying with certain animals once they accept themselves. My friends have moths and frogs as theirs. Do you have one? So, I love both flamingos and I love, like, possums and raccoons. I think I'm probably... I like to think I'm a possum. But I'm probably more like a raccoon. Like, I make a joke, actually, that, like, you know, my whole life, I was like a raccoon hanging out with other raccoons, right? And we were getting into, like, raccoon trouble together, eating trash. But what I needed in my life was a woman who was willing to domesticate a raccoon, and that was Heather. Like, she just, like, threw chicken nuggets out on the porch for me until I came in the house, you know? Like, that's just kind of how our relationship went. I was not... When we first got together... When we first met, she was real into me, and I was not ready for a relationship. I did not want to get into a relationship. I was terrified. But I'm telling you, like, she just, like, threw chicken nuggets at me until I, you know, came in the house, and I'm really grateful for that. So... Maybe it was a possum on the garage then. It was big, whatever. It felt hefty. Like, it sounded hefty up there. That's how I knew it wasn't a squirrel, right? Like, a squirrel, they you know, pitter-patter, right? This was not a squirrel. It had to have been, like, a raccoon or a possum. I don't know. I do scream a lot. I do scream a lot. I scream probably more often than you guys know. Yeah, I probably am more like a raccoon. I got into too much trouble, you know? Like, I've been thinking a lot about, like, how different I am now, like, as a person. And... how much less, like, messy I am. More lore stories. I'm trying to think if there's any lore stories I haven't told you guys yet. I was talking to Heather the other day about my old roommate, Austin. I haven't talked much about Austin. But Austin was essentially Hunter S. Thompson. Like, he looked like Hunter S. Thompson. He sounded like Hunter S. Thompson. If he was older, I would just have assumed, like, Hunter S. Thompson's, like, actually been living in this, like, weird trailer in Golden, Colorado this whole time. Like, but he was significantly younger. But he was, like, balding, like Hunter S. Thompson was. And he was, like, a veteran. And he was crazy as hell. And he was, like, always high on psychedelics. It was... like living with Hunter S. Thompson, okay? I lived with essentially Hunter S. Thompson. And, okay, so I caught dysentery at the same time I was coming down off heroin. I'm not entirely sure how I survived this. But for several days, I was literally just in a bathtub shitting, right? I was just, like, laying in a bathtub naked shitting. Like, and it was awful. And I was having a really bad time. And Austin eventually was like, okay, you need to go to the hospital because, like, you're going to die in my bathtub. And I can't have you dying in my bathtub. Like, that's going to be a really bad look. So, like, he pulls me out of the fucking bathtub and we go to the hospital, and the whole time, Austin's like, do you have AIDS? You can tell me if you have AIDS. And I'm like, Austin, I don't have AIDS. Like, I don't think it's like, you know, I'm not going to judge anybody who ends up with it, but like, I do not have AIDS. And he kept asking me, he's like, it's okay, bud. Like, if you have AIDS, you can just tell me. The whole way to the fucking hospital. And I'm like, no. And I don't have AIDS. He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure. And I don't have AIDS. I don't know why he kept asking me that. But like, we got to the hospital, and then like, I was like real fucked up and had to stay there for like a day or two. And he's like, so you don't have AIDS? And I'm like, I don't, man. Like, but shortly after that, we were at Pantsless Monday, and that was the day that I got arrested. It was Pantsless Monday at the bar. Oh, what bar was that? Three Kings, I think, in Denver. I don't even know if they're still around anymore. But, we ended up getting trashed, and I was too trashed to realize that Austin should definitely not be, you know, operating a motor vehicle. And so we got in the car, and like, we're both trashed. We both ended up getting arrested. I don't even know why I got arrested. I got drunk in a fucking bar, and I was like in the passenger seat. I wasn't driving. Like, I could have just done, like, walked to the fucking house. Like, the house was 2 blocks away. But like, the cop pissed me off because he took me in, and I told him, I said, you take me in, I'm gonna piss in the back of your cop car. And so I did. But it was Pantsless Monday, so it was like my underpants, right? Like, and so I'm just like in my underpants that are like piston, like in the drunk tank. And then I had to fucking figure out, because they took me from Golden to fucking Aurora to put me in the drunk tank. And then I had to figure out how to get fucking back to Golden the next day with no goddamn pants. And I was so mad. I was so mad at Austin for that, because I was like, bro, if you couldn't have fucking driven, like, why did you drive? Like, you got a fucking DUI. Like, but then after that, we ended up having a falling out because Austin really liked trans girls, and like schmex workers, you know, like he liked trans schmex workers, and he, like, I was the only one who could drive. Like, I had a driver's license, and he had a DUI, so he couldn't drive anymore to like meet up with these girls. And so I always had to drive him and just like wait outside the fucking hotel room in his truck. And I finally told him, I was like, dude, I'm not driving you to see like sex workers anymore. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not, we're not having this kind of like friendship. Like, I'm not waiting for 2 hours out in your fucking truck so you can do this. And he got really mad at me, and he pulled a gun on me, and that's when we stopped being roommates. The end. That's the story of me and Austin. So there you go. There's some lore. All right. What a journey. Yeah, that was... I've met some interesting characters, guys. I've definitely met some interesting characters. All right. Well, I'm going to have to get off of here soon because my wife is going to be home soon with my children, and they're going to want to come into this kitchen and eat so much food. So I'm going to go ahead and read my donos. Thank you, of course, to Eleanor Bucksbaum for your super chat today. I definitely appreciate that. And then my wonderful patrons, Alex DeLong, Howie the Duck, Debbie Williams, Greg Norwood, Rosie, Jennifer Davidson, Margaret Capehart, Jessica Bednarek, Ariana, Emma Price, Lauren O'Connor, Caitlin, Nathan, Morgan Western, Eleanor Bucksbaum again, because Eleanor Bucksbaum is a very, very good patron. Extra appreciation for you. Jay Winia, Morgan May, Taylor Condra, River Johnson, Angelini Pellegrini, Faith Benamy, Kristen McSorley, Jacqueline Gordon, Devin Watson, Val Smith, Post-Punk Pastor, Pauline Gibson, Lucas Kempe Cook, and John Borg. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Some updates. I am going to start posting Sunday, Wednesday videos on this channel. I have some stuff recorded. It's in the editing room right now. There is a sermon that's already scheduled for this Sunday. There's not going to be a Wednesday video this week, okay? But there will be one starting next week. There's going to be Wednesday videos. And I'm going to do Sunday and Wednesday. And then, yeah, I made a big video essay that's going to be coming out one of these Wednesdays. I've just got to get it edited. But it is recorded. It is recorded. And it's about Poultrygeist. So, we're going to be getting that. I have some, just like a few little thoughts and, kind of videos. I'm calling them, Pop's B films, right? Because we got the main sermon on Sunday and then the B films on Wednesdays. So I'm going to be doing, it's just kind of like random thoughts, hot takes, and like sometimes like movie reviews as well, because I love doing movie reviews. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I'm pretty much at this point moving away from TikTok. I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's been significantly less TikTok content. Whatever's going on over there is weird enough that I don't terribly want to be a part of it anymore. I don't know, like it being bought and the new terms of service and stuff that have come out around TikTok, it's getting too weird over there for me. It's getting too weird. It's been weird since the, death and resurrection of TikTok. And it has gotten like increasingly weirder as time has gone on. And I just don't feel like what I'm doing over there is very helpful, or very good for anybody. So, and I'm happier the less time I spend on it, frankly. So a lot of what I do is going to be here on YouTube from here on out. And I'm really enjoying just being on YouTube and being able to just like script things and write it and get into the studio and set up all my lighting. I've been doing a lot more stuff like that where I'm like actually setting up lighting, where I'm actually, filming things kind of the way I want to. And that's been really nice. I've enjoyed that kind of like creative process to all of it. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for everything you do. Remember, guys, drink a water, eat a food, be kind to yourself, to your neighbor, and to the earth. Thank you. Thank you guys yet again. I love having you guys. That's something else that since I've stepped away from TikTok a little bit, I feel like I have way more appreciation for my audience, right? Because on YouTube, I don't really read the comments as much. I only really read the comments on live streams. So, like, I don't really read the comments on my YouTube videos, and I engage with TikTok pretty sparingly. I'm a lot happier. So, I love you guys so much. I'm glad that you guys are fans of what I do. I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless.